Welcome guys, this is Manvendra Kaushik and today I am going to give you tips for IELTS Writing General Module. As you people know, IELTS Writing Module is of 9 bands. Now, you all would be knowing that writing in IELTS Writing General Module you have to perform two tasks, task 1 and task 2. Task 1 is of 3 bands weightage and task 2 is of 6 band weightage. So 3 plus 6 that makes 9. So only two tasks you have to perform in IELTS writing. First one is task 1 and second one is task 2. Task 1 has 3 bands and task 2 has 6 band weightage. So now you would be thinking, okay, what is there in task 1 and what is there in task 2? In task 1, many of you would be knowing, in task 1 you are required to write a letter. That letter has to be minimum of 150 words, whereas essay has to be minimum of 250 words. So after knowing this all, I'll tell you the tricks. How can you improve your writing in general module? So the first very important tip is to manage your time. That is time division. As you guys know, you are given just 1 hour to complete these two tasks. So you need to divide time according to the band weightage. So you can see here, task 1 has a weightage of 3 bands and task 2 has a weightage of 6 bands. So obviously task 2 would require more time. As you can see here, you need to write more words also. So essay would be consuming 40 minutes and letter should consume 20 minutes. So this is what time division is. First you divide your time, you premeditated that you need to finish your letter in 20 minutes and you need to finish your essay in 40 minutes. Now coming to the second tip. Second tip is very important tip. In this many people don't consider this thing, but this is very important. So what is the tip is? What the tip is? Limit your content. How you can limit your content? Okay. Let me give you an example for this. Suppose a person is writing 4 pages and he is committing 40 mistakes. So, how many mistakes he will commit if he will write 2 pages? 20. So, if he is writing less, he is committing less mistakes. And in IELTS, if you are writing 300 words instead of 150 words, that won't give you extra marks. But if you will commit some mistakes during that extended matter, then your marks would be detected. So it's better not to write unnecessary things. So how you can limit this? Okay, in this, as you can see, the minimum word limit is 150 words. So you have to write 150 words minimum. So here you can see the calculations. 150 is written here and it is divided by 8. What is 8? 8 is the average number of words which is written by a person. So an average person write 8 words per line. So 150 words divided by 8 will give you 18.75, that makes 19. So what is 19? Line 19 is the number of lines which you need to write. It means 19 lines should have full content. Okay. Now here you can see I have written 19 plus 4 plus 2. So what is this for? As you need to leave some blank lines for the proper spacing of paragraph. While you change paragraph, you leave one line so that they can find out the difference between two paragraphs. So those 4 lines we have kept for spacing. So 19 plus 4 and 2 as a precaution, because friends, you cannot write less than 150 words, because if you write then your marks would be detected. So it's better to keep 2 lines as a precautionary line so that you don't fall short of words. If you're falling short of words, then your marks would be detected. So what you can do is, now you know that you need to finish your letter in 25 lines. So what you do is, you take, whenever you are given the answer sheet, in that you count 25 lines from the top. You count 25 lines like 1, 2, 3 and make a mark at the end of 25th line like this. Here you can see these are the lines and here you put a mark like this. So what will happen with this mark is, you will know while writing, you will know that where you need to end. from you should whenever you are closing it and you are coming near to this mark, then that time your mind will register that you don't need to write more than this, so your content would be automatically limited and you won't do unnecessary mistakes which might deduct your marks. Same in this case, same in essay, you need to limit your words, and again we'll follow the same trick. 250 words minimum we need to write. 250 divided by 8 words per line by an average person, means you can check yours by writing yourselves, but I write 8 words per line, so 250 divided by 8 will gives you 32. 32 means 32 is the line. So again we'll keep four lines for the spacing between the two paragraphs, and it's as a precaution. So how many lines? 38 lines. In this case you will again do the same. In the beginning of the exam itself you need to count the 38 lines, and at the end of the 38 line you need to make a mark, and when you will make a mark, then your mind will register it, and you will know that where you need to end, because this is a big problem, guys. People don't know where to end. They keep on writing, so many things will flood into their mind, they write so many things and they don't know when to stop. So if we know when to stop, then it can give us a bandwidth of, you can say, 250 to 270 words, in which we can write our content very meaningfully. Like it would be structured, and we would be knowing where to end by, and we also won't commit too many unnecessary mistakes which might deduct our marks. So this is a very important trick. I would urge you to follow it, and you can see the difference. Now that we'll talk about the third tip. Third tip is structuring of task 1 and structuring of task 2. As you guys would be knowing that letter have 4 parts. Word, like if you see the Oxford books and general English books, always it is given that letter has 4 parts. First part is opening part, last part is closing part, and in between 2 main paragraphs. So you have to follow the same structure for writing a letter. And for writing an essay, you have 5 parts. 5 parts is what? First part is introduction, and last part is conclusion. Obviously introduction and conclusion everybody knows, but in between there has to be minimum of 3 main paragraphs. Those paragraphs has to be divided properly, the content has to be managed, and then only, if you will structure, then only you will be able to score good. Before going into the details of writing task 1 and task 2, we should understand the marking criteria for writing. So, in marking criteria, there are 4 points which you need to keep in mind. So, the first point is task achievement, second point is coherence and cohesion, third point is lexical resources, and fourth point is grammar and accuracy. So, in task achievement, what you need to do? You need to give the relevant information. The information has to be in relevance with the question given. Okay. Then second part is providing overview. So you need to give a proper overview of the question, means what you want to convey. So you have to give in accordance with the question. Okay. So you have to provide a proper overview. Now the third point in task achievement is word limit. As I have told you before, for writing task 1 there are 150 words minimum word limit, and for task 2 250 word is the minimum word limit. So you need to fulfill that, then only you will be marked for word limit. Then the fourth point is accurate data and facts. The data which you are taking from the question, those needs to be accurate. Okay, so they talk about accurate data and facts from the questions. You can give your own facts, but those needs to be very, they should not find out that you are giving wrong facts and figures. Means you can give facts and figures, you can give rough facts and figures, but they should not know that you are giving wrong facts and figures. Okay. Now the fifth point is providing conclusion. So you have to provide a conclusion in case of essay. But in letter you don't need to provide conclusion. In letter you need to convey your message, what letter is asking you to do. So these 5 points, if you will be able to be good on these 5 points, then you will be marked nicely in task achievement. Then comes the second point. Second point is coherence and cohesion. So what is coherence and cohesion? So in this comes is organizing information and ideas. Means the ideas which you are thinking, the information which you are taking out, that needs to be organized. Means you should know which things to write first, and you should know what things to write last. Okay. The second point in this is central idea. You need to catch the central idea of the question, and you need to manage, you need to make your answers according to the central idea. Okay. Now the third and very important thing is no contradictions. Like if you say elephant is big and in the next line you are saying elephant is small, then it is contradicting each other. So avoid contradictions and abrupt endings. Okay, in abrupt endings means when the people expect that you will write more, but you don't write and you just end abruptly. So that you should avoid. And in this case, you should also take care of the synchronization between two lines. Means second line is in synchronization with the previous line, because if you use two lines which don't have any connection, then it will be very abrupt, it won't be easy going. So in that case you might lose marks. So what you do is you try to make everything in a synchronized manner. So when you include these three things, these things comes under the second point, coherence and cohesion. Now the third point, which is lexical resources. So what are lexical resources? You can see here range of words and paraphrase. So what is paraphrase? Paraphrasing is writing the same sentence using different words. So you need to know how to paraphrase. And range of words, you can say range of words synonyms. You can use different types of synonyms. You can use idioms and phrases. So that comes under the range of words and paraphrasing. So this you need to know. You should know synonyms, you should know idioms and phrases, and you should know paraphrasing. Okay. Now the second point, using collocations. Collocations is nothing but the same thing which I told before, synonyms and idioms and phrases. Means the same you will convey the same meaning by using the different words. So that is called collocations. So synonyms and idioms and phrases comes under this. Now the third part in lexical resources is spellings. You need to be very careful about spellings, and spellings have their very important weightage. If you do spelling mistakes, then that's it. You won't be able to score good in writing. So take care of the spellings. Now the fourth part, which you all would be knowing, is grammar and accuracy. In grammar comes the tenses, punctuation, sentence structure, nouns, pronouns, and yeah, I said punctuations. So you need to put punctuation marks correctly. You should know where to put commas and where to put full stops. And also you should not use uppercase letters unnecessary. So this is the marking criteria. I hope you understand. We'll revise it again. Task achievement, coherence and cohesion, lexical resources, grammar and accuracy. So you need to keep all these things in mind while writing the test. Now we'll go into the deep for writing task 1 and task 2. Now we'll talk about writing task 1 and writing task 2 in details. As you guys would be remembering that we allotted 20 minutes for writing task 1 and 40 minutes for writing task 2. So before starting the actual writing, we need to understand that in this case we again need to divide our time. So we had 20 minutes for writing task 1, but in this case again our 20 minutes needs to be divided. So where it would be divided? It would be divided in pre-writing, writing and editing. So you can give 3 minutes for pre-writing, 15 minutes for writing and 2 minutes for editing. So now you guys would be thinking, then what is the use of pre-writing and editing? Guys, what happens is sometimes when you start writing instantly without giving a thought, then when you start writing, then so many ideas comes into your mind, and you will keep down and you will write those ideas in that order, whichever order they are coming to your mind, you will write in that order. So there is a chance that it miss cohesion and correlation. So what you can do is, whatever the ideas is coming to your mind in the starting, you can take down all those ideas on a rough sheet of paper, and then you can synchronize those ideas. So before writing in 3 minutes, you would be knowing what you actually needs to write. And obviously if you know what you actually needs to write, then your writing would be better. So pre-writing affects writing a lot, that you are thinking in the beginning, you are brainstorming ideas, and then obviously your application would be very nice. Okay, after doing pre-writing for 3 minutes, you can do writing. And I think writing 150 words in 15 minutes is not a tough task if you have done pre-writing well. Okay, then after that, editing. For editing we have allotted just 2 minutes. Why editing is important? Why editing is important? Because many times it happens that when we read our own letter, then we find so many silly mistakes, so many grammatical mistakes, punctuation mistakes, tenses mistakes. So all those types of mistakes we find, and if we are correcting those mistakes, then obviously there is a high chance of getting a good band. So before doing the actual writing, you should do the pre-writing, then you need to start actual writing, and after finishing the writing, you need to focus on editing. And we have divided time like 3 minutes for pre-writing, 15 minutes for writing, and 2 minutes for editing. Same in the case of task 2. But task 2 we allotted 40 minutes. So in this case, pre-writing goes for 5 minutes. Then you can do writing for 30 minutes and editing again 5 minutes. Again, same thing will happen in pre-writing. You'll gather all the ideas, you'll synchronize them, that which idea you'll write first, which idea you will write second. Okay, so likewise you will synchronize your content, and then you can write 250 words in 30 minutes easily. And after writing 250 words, you can do editing. Now again, does editing have the same benefit which was there in task 1, that you will find the silly mistakes, punctuation mistakes, grammatical mistakes, spelling mistakes. All those types of mistakes you can only find if you do editing. And if you are able to find some 2-3 mistakes, then it is going to affect your band a lot. Okay, so it is very important to do pre-writing and editing. Okay, now we'll talk about the task 1, letter. So what we needs to do in letter. Now you are aware of the 3 parts. We have done pre-writing, we gathered all the ideas. Now we are going to start writing a letter. So writing a letter, what is the first thing we need to understand? We need to understand whether the letter is formal or informal. Okay, for formal letters you need, okay, a salutation is always used in a letter, you guys would be knowing. So for formal salutations, we need to use dear sir. We need to use salutations like dear sir, dear ma'am. And for informal letter, we can use salutations like my dear friend Ram, dear Mrs. Smith, dear Mr. John. So likewise, we can use names for informal letters, but for formal letters, we need to write dear sir or ma'am. Okay, after giving salutations, you need to find an opening of the letter. I would say it is little tricky part, because I have seen people, they are not able to find a proper opening, and they lose a lot of time in thinking that opening. So what I would suggest to you guys is, just by heart some 2-3 opening lines, like I am writing this to inform you that, okay, I am writing this to inquire about, I am writing this with reference to your previous letter. So likewise, you can by heart some 2-3 good opening lines. so that you can start your letter with those lines. It will save your time, and these are standard lines, so there is no harm. Okay. Now the after opening comes the main para 1, main para 2, and then closing. So what can be there in main para 1? Main para 1 majorly comprises of the requirement, the reason for writing, why you are writing this letter. I am writing this letter to inquire about the railway reservations, the hotel bookings, to so many things we can write. So in the main para 1, we need to write the reason why we are writing you. Suppose in an informal letter, if you are writing to some editor and complaining about the some factory, so you can start like, I am writing this letter to complain about so and so company, as they are doing these things which is affecting us, affecting our health. So likewise you can start the main para. In formal letters, as I have given examples, you can merge opening and main para 1 in one, because opening you will have a line and you just put that reason for writing after that line. So you can merge opening and main para for formal letters. While in case of informal letters, you can write it has been a long time since we met, so I am writing you this letter, or I received your letter, so I am writing. So likewise you can use so many things in informal letters. You can use informal gestures in the beginning, then you can come to the main para. But main para always comprises of the requirements. Requirement means reason for writing, why you are writing this letter. Now comes the main para 2. Now in this, expectations or purpose is generally taught. Okay, means you have told why you are writing this letter, but what you wants them to do. Like suppose if you are complaining about a factory, then obviously you would be wanting something, like the factory needs to be shut, or so many other, whatever your expectations or your purpose. So and you can write you can write your problems too, that this is very problematic to us, and it is affecting our health, so we need this company to be shut down. So you just give one reason and tell what are the expectations or the purpose of your letter in the main para 2. Then you can give a proper closing, and then after closing you need to give salutation. In salutation, for formal letters you can give yours faithfully. For informal letters you can write yours sincerely, your loving friend, your dear friend. Then you can use those. And one very important thing, don't write dear Mr. XYZ. Okay, you can use your own name. You can think of your own name which you are going to write if the name is not given in the letter. But if the name is given in the letter, then you have to use the same name. But never do dear Mr. XYZ, yours sincerely XYZ. Okay, don't do this. You can use name. Okay. So now this is the task 1. This is how you need to do the task 1. Now coming on to task 2. Task 2 is same again. The introduction, you would be given a question. So in introduction, what you need to do is you need to paraphrase the same question, and you have to write in the other words. So introduction has to be paraphrased question. Okay, so this thing you need to keep in mind, that whatever the thing is given in the question, you need to paraphrase and write introduction accordingly. Okay, now here in writing task 2, which is essay, we have 3 main paragraphs. Okay, so first main paragraph you need to give general opinion, then second paragraph you need to give general opinion 2, and third you have to give your opinion. Okay, so now what is general opinion 1 and general opinion 2? Like suppose they have asked us to write on some social issue. Okay, there are 2 groups of people which have their different you can say beliefs. Okay, so the first group believes in something and second group believes in other thing. So whatever the beliefs of the first group, you can write in main para, that it is generally believed by this group. Okay, so likewise you can write main para 1 with the general opinion of one group. Okay, then in main para 2 you can write the general opinion of other group, but on like you can start the second paragraph like on the contrary. Means whenever you are writing a para, if you are using a connector, then it would be a very good this thing trick for you. Okay, so and you can also write paragraphs like firstly, secondly, thirdly, like that, like this. Okay, so but I will tell you the major thing. I won't tell you the starting words for this, but I will tell you what you needs to write in the main para 1. So in main para 1 you needs to write just general opinion of one group, and in the main para 2 again you need to write general opinion of some other group, or the opinion which is believed by some group. Means you can, obviously there has to be two opinions, so this you can easily do. Then in the third para you need to give your opinion. Either you can full-fledgedly this thing you don't either you can you don't consider the opinions of two groups. You can give your own opinion, or what you can do is you can merge the opinion of these two. Like the first group is right on these parameters, second group is right on these parameters. According to me, few things from this group has to be taken, and few things from group 2 beliefs has to be taken, and then you make a clear picture and you write your opinion in main para 3. And in the last you need to give conclusion. The conclusion has to be in accordance with your opinion. Okay, don't write that in this you are writing your opinion but you are giving some other thing in conclusion, so that might create a negative impact on the examiner. Guys, I hope that you are benefited with this video. Stay tuned for more educational videos. Thank you.